we're gonna finish. Let's there you go. Push enter. So if we want it to be a yeah, that's what's wrong with it. That's not good. All right, cool. So now let's just experiment with, a height. Remember a tab? There you go. Of like, let's just give it like 50 pixels. All right. So now, is that it? So 50 pixels. So now if you scroll over, give it a so exactly. So we need a background color. So let's give it a background color. on there. All right. There you go. So background color. Just go ahead and give it like, I think CE, CE, CE should do it. Yeah, we'll fix that color. We'll fix that color later. It's all working. So if you so what we've done so far is we've given it a position of fixed, so it stays at the bottom. We gave just grab all that, highlight. Start down there. Yeah, there you go. And Command C on the Mac. That we'll go over to. There you go. And we'll put it in as a footer.
So I'm just going to, I need to go up here though.
You can do it wherever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. You can do it at the very bottom if you want. All right. So it's the element is a footer. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to give it a class or nothing. And if you push enter. Yep. And now Command V. V. Beautiful. If you hold Command. Let's see. Oh, nice. There you go. So save that.
Is that a control C on here?
Command save. Yeah. It's opposite of PC.
Okay.
All right. Now let's go back over to and exit out of that and reload it.
Oh.
What's that?
Oh. Back to here. Do I go back
Here,
to
let's
here
do this.
then?
This index page, we accidentally exited out of that. So here's our footer down there. Now, go to the Google homepage, the real one. It's good that we're getting confused because it means we're making it look the same. So let's just think about this. What do you think that is?
That's an inline element for the list.
So yeah, it's a list, and how do we? Let's go ahead and make an unordered list within the footer. There you go.
Get UL? Okay.
To save time, do you remember that image shortcut at all?
No, I don't.
All right, let me show you. What we'll do for image, since we have image, we can just do UL, and then we'll do the symbol, which is that, right? Just 3, and then tab. Beautiful.
Very good. Okay.
And now, first one's advertising, and then you can push enter. How'd you do that, Todd? Was it tab? Tab. Sorry, not enter. That. Tab.
And then we're going to have, then I want to, can I just copy?
Well, we don't need all those.
I know, but I was just going to copy format and then put it, okay, never mind.
Oh, you mean in terms of the anchor tags?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a little. We can do that and hold down Option. Julian, what was that you did earlier to do multiple lines? Command Option? Just Command? Okay, see that?
So it's holding them?
Yep, so now it has all 3.
Oh my gosh. And that's only on the Mac, right?
No, you can do that on PC too, right?
You have to have an equal.
Control. Oh, see, you got it. It's on. And now give it an equal sign.
Do equal.
There you go.
Okay.
And now you can arrow all the way over here. It's not going to work. Never mind.
Because it's not all the
Yeah. Yeah. So. And then you
Okay,
can
and then you do the,
closing.
okay.
Beautiful. And just click somewhere to get out of that. Like,
Okay.
there you go.
And
So
then-
save that.
I did. I'll do it again. Uh-oh.
Cancel.
Okay, and then next, we want to look at it?
So, yep, let's go look at it. Go over. Yep, you got it. And you just do Command R. Beautiful.
Oh, how come it didn't show up as the unordered list like this?
The reason, so she asked, in doing this, how come these showed up, with no inline block? That's because if you go back to our style page, go back to our style, when he was doing it earlier, go to the very top. When he was doing it earlier, he did it for all unordered lists and all items, which actually works well because we want that for all of them, right? Does that make sense, guys? So it's the same styling as we did up top. We still do have to, we got to do another list, right?
Right, and it has to be on the right-hand side.
Yeah. All right. So let's, it's all right.
Where'd it go?
Index.html.
Is that the Google one? No, this is the Google one.
Yep, you got it.
Okay. And we have to do a footer too. It's a second footer.
So we're going to keep it within that footer.
Okay. But not the same list?
Yeah, we can go ahead and copy it, like copy that list and repaste it so that, and then we can edit it. No audio? Okay. Let's see what they're supposed to say. So privacy, terms, and settings. And actually, it's good for a couple reasons why we have that UL and LI styling, because kind of like what we were talking about earlier, although it wasn't very specific in terms of the styling, like just saying only these or only these, and it did it global. Is it kind of goes with that do not what we were talking about earlier in terms of performance. The less lines you have on the styling, the better, so we don't have to repeat ourselves. So they're all having the same styling with inline block and no list style, so that we don't repeat ourselves, and it's all up there. Does that make sense? It's less for the computer to read. Yeah, exactly.
Command R?
Yep. No,
And does
so
it
this
show
is
up?
this is why it's not, because we have the go back. Right. We have the last list is showing right here. All right, so we have an unordered list, and then that unordered list is a block level element, right? Block element. So this next list is actually off the screen down below here. Does that make sense? So how do we want to get that whole list over to the right side of the screen?
We have to position it on the right?
And how do we do that? So there's actually two ways we can do this. What's one way?
You make one of a class, I put a right for a class.
Okay, so yeah, let's do that. So you can just do UL and just do footer, give it a class of footer right. So what's one way to move all of it over to the right? Both of them, just for a hint, takes it out of the document flow. So what's one way? So we could float it right? And what's another way? So that footer, which is a parent element, the footer is a parent element of this class, has a positioning right now of what? Fixed. So it has a positioning other than static, right? So we could also use absolute positioning on this unordered list, as well. Does that make sense? So we can either float it to the right, or we can do absolute positioning and position over to the right. Right. Yeah, so this, when you do, so just a note right here, yeah, so she originally had it spaced, footer space right. That's actually two separate classes in HTML. You got it. You got it. And now let's go over to style. And we'll do footer right, and you choose whichever way you want to do, if you want to float it to the right or if you want to do absolute positioning. Tab. Oh, yeah, you got it. No, you did it. Nope. So not position right. It's float. There you go. Nope. Nope. Change position to float. There you go. Save that. That's all right. Save that. Now let's check it out. All right. The reason why is because the float right came after the first list. So what we'd have to do is come. What we'd have to do is either float that first one to the left and this one to the right, or take this one and copy that whole, take out that whole list, that UL. Go ahead and cut that whole list.
Cut it out.
Go all the way down our line. So we're going to cut it out. Command X, and we're going to position above that first unordered list.
Oh, okay.
And push enter. I'll show you one second. Go ahead and save it. Go ahead and save it. And go back over. All right. So, sorry, someone asked why we're doing that. So remember, when you use it, takes it out of the document, the flow of the document. But so in other words, when we have this that unordered list floated to the right, this one was still within the flow of the document. So it still had that block level element. So this unordered list was still, it was just floated to the right down here, right? So now that we moved it above that unordered list, it's floated to the right, and then the rest of the document flows around it. Does that make sense? That's why we had to push that one, put that one before this one. And we didn't do the clear, we didn't clear the float, so this one, this didn't go to a new line, right? If we had cleared the float, if we had cleared right, then this would have gone down to a new line, right? So,